Hello, everybody, and Happy New Year. Happy 2025. Hope you all had a great New Year's Eve. Hopefully, y'all didn't do anything that was too stupid or too silly or too crazy and out of control. Hope you all had a good time, and I hope you all had a good holiday as well. So, after watching a video for one of my favorite YouTube channels, Variant Comics. By the way, if you haven't subscribed to Variant Comics, I highly recommend you subscribe to them. It's an awesome YouTube channel. They don't just talk about comics, they talk about all geeky goodness. So that's where it's at. And after watching one of them, I said, you know what? I have to get this out of my chest. I have to get this out of my freaking chest because there are still tons of people out there. Maybe those that you don't even know, maybe those that you do know, that still whine, complain, and over exaggerate just how powerful Superman is. But I'm like, um, and I'm like, you know, this is a character that I get. It may not be everyone's cup of tea, but the fact of the matter is that there are characters not only in DC but in comics and you can argue fiction in general that are more powerful than Superman. But instead of listing every single one of those characters, yeah, I know the background is swallowing me up a bit, guys, but I put it there for a reason. I just wanted to put a little background in one of my videos today. Sorry about that. If you want me to get rid of it, let me know. But as of right now, I'm keeping it. So let's start off with, well, it's not a list of these characters. It's not a top 10, but just to give you guys the first character. Anyway, I'm going all over the place. And when the first I'm going to talk about that you can argue is way more powerful than Superman is the Spectre, the guy you have in the clip in the background, not in the background, but in the clip art, the Spectre, the guy that you have in the thumbnail of my video. The Spectre, for those who are not too familiar with the character, he is the literal and legitimate DC Comics' own spirit of vengeance. While Batman strikes fear into the hearts of criminals, the Spectre is willing to exact pure, adulterated vengeance upon those he deems that are guilty on the bad guys. Basically, he kills bad guys, basically, and he is extremely powerful. The Spectre is a supernatural being that is nigh OP. And what I mean by OP, I know when people think of the word OP, they say overpowered, but I'm going to use this word as omnipotent. This guy is extremely powerful. He is one of the most powerful beings and entities in all of DC Comics, in all of comics and fiction. To summarize, I'll never forget watching a teaser of the Alexa animated series Batman the Brave and the Bold, where he turned his mad scientist into cheese. I'm not kidding you. Unleashed a swarm of rats, and the rats off screen proceed to eat the mad scientist alive. That's crazy. The Spectre is extremely powerful. He can do things that Superman cannot even comprehend. He is way above Superman's class in terms of raw power. So there's that right there. The next character that I will be talking about that you can argue was much more powerful than Superman is this guy in the background, Captain Nathaniel Adam, aka Captain Atom. Now, in terms of strength, stamina, some degree speed, durability, and vulnerability, he is comparable to Superman. But the one thing that he has over Superman is the quantum field. This guy can manipulate the quantum field and allow him to alter reality, create new realities, travel through time. I don't know if he still has that ability, but more important, to absorb, manipulate, and project a wide variety of energy, if not all forms of energy. He can absorb most, if not all forms of energy. And he also has anti-magic. Magic doesn't really work on Captain Atom because of the steel armor that he has on his quantum field properties. So that's pretty damn good. The next character on the list that you can argue is more powerful than Superman is the Silver Surfer, Norrin Radd. Norrin Radd is a character that is one of my favorite characters, don't get me wrong, but he is way above Superman in terms of power. I mean, Norrin Radd, you can argue maybe comparable to Superman in terms of strength and durability and vulnerability, but when it comes to the power cosmic, he is way above Superman's pay grade. I'll never forget when he fought the Hulk in the comics. He bested the Hulk multiple times in the comics, and there was one part where the Hulk pissed him off so much he absorbed his gamma power. I'm not kidding you. He literally absorbed the gamma out of the Hulk, which is absolutely crazy. So, go through just how powerful the Silver Surfer is. Silver Surfer is no joke. The next character that I will be talking about that is arguably that you can argue was more powerful than Superman, and that is Dr. Fate, Kent Nelson. I remember getting this one instance in the comics where he told Superman he can, make him impervious to magic. You know, that's something you don't see every day. Dr. Fate is so powerful, his magic can contend, not necessarily beat the Spectre, but contend with the Spectre. The helmet of Naboo grants Dr. Fate immense power, including high levels of superhuman strength and invulnerability comparable to that of and Martian Manhunter. And his magic is so strong, he's able to contend with the Spectre. Not beat the Spectre, but contend with the Spectre for an extended period of time. I know he wasn't as powerful as what I just said in the Black Adam movie, but he was nerfed for obvious reasons. But anyway, enough of that. The next character that I will be discussing that you can argue was more powerful than Superman, and that is the son of the son as well. Well, speaking of which, the eldest and the firstborn child of Mr. Fantastic and the Invisible Woman, Powerhouse, aka Franklin Richards. Now, people have argued that Franklin Richards is not only the most powerful mutant in the Marvel Universe, but the most powerful hero in the Marvel Universe, simply because that he has been classified in the comics as not only an Omega level mutant, but beyond Omega level. Basically, due to obviously he has a boatload of powers, Franklin Richards, but due to the fact that he has a universal, immense, godlike ability, godlike universal ability, excuse me, I'm going all over the place with my words, I apologize, of reality warping and alteration. This guy can warp and alter reality at a whim. And to put this to the point, there was a showing in the comics that in the future, or in a possible future, as Franklin Richards grows up and develops mastery, complete control of his powers, he makes freaking Galactus to devour worlds. The man that turned Norrin Radd into the Silver Surfer made him his herald. Yeah, Franklin Richards becomes so powerful in a future, or in the future, where he makes Galactus his herald. That is how powerful Franklin Richards is, folks. So I literally do not understand why people say that Superman is too powerful. It just makes no damn sense to me. Plus, I know this is a variation of Superman, but he's still more powerful than Superman, and that is Superboy Prime. Now, Superboy Prime was created during the climax of the pre-Crisis era of DC. He's an alternate version of Superman from an alternate reality where he's basically like an adolescent, but he's at Skyfather levels of power and wears a really nice solar armor that constantly fuels his powers. Yeah, Superboy Prime is very powerful. He's extremely powerful. He's definitely more powerful than Superman. Obviously, Doomsday is more powerful than Superman. Despero has been argued to be stronger than Superman. So there's a lot of characters, not only in DC, but in Marvel and other comics as well, that I can think of at this moment that are much more powerful than Superman. And I literally do not understand why people still complain about how powerful he is. I think people are just too whiny. I think people just can't handle fantasy at times. I just don't think they can just handle fictional characters being extremely powerful. To me, if they can't handle that shit, they should stay the hell away from fantasy. That's just the way I feel. But yeah, those are several characters that I can think of that are more powerful than Superman, that are arguably more powerful than Superman, or at least you could argue that are more powerful than Superman. Anyway, I just want to end it on that note. Hope y'all enjoyed this video or this stream, this somewhat live stream. Stay tuned for 6:30 for another episode at 6:30 where I tell you guys my top 10 favorite live action Marvel Comics films of all time. So stay tuned for that. Also, please subscribe. As I said before, please subscribe to Variant Comics. They're an awesome YouTube channel. Sorry, I know this is a short. Well, it's not necessarily. Well, it is a live streamer. Kent, you are correct. My apologies. But it's not as long as you think it. It's not a typically long live stream. Um. Anyways. Anyways, I hope y'all enjoyed the video. And if you guys are familiar with some of these characters, please let me know. Sorry I scared you, Rick. Sorry I scared you. I didn't mean to scare. I'm not the type of guy that likes to scare anybody. You can log off yet. Why? Addison's like, that's it, the hell. The last the last time I read a FF comic, Franklin was still a baby. Really? Well, he's around 10 or maybe 12 years old in the comics. He's grown up a bit since then, Rick, and now if you don't know, he also has a younger sister named Valeria, who's supposedly just as smart, if not smarter than Reed Richards. I got more. Look, man. Bobby P's longer than this. Well, I guess Bobby, when he goes to the bathroom, he really tries to drain the lizard. God bless Bobby, man. I'm drinking Coca Cola, by the way. Hello. I do have a real question. I don't understand the pop. I just don't get that too much existentialism for me. How do you feel about him? He's one of my top 10 favorite Marvel characters, Rick. I love that character. I think even though Stanley didn't co-create the character, he was created by Jack Kirby. I think he was a way of Stanley expressing his own philosophy on life to a certain extent. Plus, what really makes the Silver Surfer a very popular character is that the character went through a lot of suffering. No, he always seems so. Yeah, he does, but yeah, I know that's stupid. I know. Well, not Silver Surfer's wife. I think his legendary and iconic, his first love interest will be in the movie. He always seems so mopey to me. He does a lot of times, but he also does appear happy. I do have a couple. I do have a once. I do. Um, I have a graphic novel of the Silver Surfer, which I definitely plan on reading and reviewing for you guys in the future. But I love the Silver Surfer because there is some relatability to him. Like, he sacrificed himself. He was willing to serve Galactus to spare his home world, Zen La, from being, absorbed and devoured by Galactus. So there's a reason behind that. And I think Silver Surfer's wife was Doreen Green. I think her name was. You go look her up, real quick. Not that shit. Well, there's a Share screen. There we go. There we go. Let's look at this shit. Yeah, he was created by Jack Kirby. Widowed, yes. Dawn Greenwood. That was his wife in the comics. But Dawn Greenwood was his wife. She was a human too. Oh, son of a bitch. I love the character though. He's very interesting to me. He's also a very powerful character too, so you don't want to underestimate him. I like Jack, but mostly not the Silver Surfer. Uh, I respect your opinion, Rick. You know, I understand there's a reason why he feels mopey a lot of the times, but I love the Silver Surfer. I love Jack Kirby too. You know, his artwork's incredible. Um, I'll never forget. You know, let me tell you a story. When I was at my local Wegmans, a guy was wearing an Etrigan the Demon hat or T-shirt, and I was like, "Dude, that is so freaking awesome! I love that character." He says, "I do too." Said I became a fan of his through the DC animated universe, especially in particular the Justice League animated series. And the guy said to me, "I grew up a fan of him through Jack Kirby's run." I said, "I heard that run was fantastic." He said, "Yeah, it was, man. You got to read it." Jack Kirby really loved Etrigan. Like he's such a dope character. But one of my favorite Jack Kirby characters is definitely the Silver Surfer. You know, I understand some people may not like the Surfer because a lot of times he does appear mopey, but I really do like the character. I find him very fascinating and interesting, and plus, he's more of a sympathetic character in my opinion. But I respect your opinion, Rick Kent, and also, I heard Jonathan Hickman's run on the Fantastic Four was fantastic, no pun intended. But if you grew up a reading of the Fantastic Four, I highly recommend you even read Son of a Butter Biscuit. I heard Dan Slott's run was pretty interesting, but I love Silver Surfer. He's one of my top 10 favorite Marvel Comics heroes. If you haven't seen my list, Rick Kent, or my video, please watch it. I think you may like it. I think you may like it a lot. Okay, let me stop sharing. X out of this shit. Well, not shit, but no, I'm not gonna leave. Stay. Yes, I'm gonna stay. Talk with my fans. Um, I like everything you do, Charles. I'm a big fan. Thank you, Rick. I appreciate it. But yeah, funny. You know, what the hell is this? Oh wow, the game has been moved. Julia Gardner will play the wife in the movie. She was great in Ozark. Oh my god. I just heard that the Notre Dame game has been moved to Thursday at 7:30 at 7:45. Two, I have yet to see the teaser, but I heard about that. Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to the fan. I mean, I'm definitely looking forward to the Fantastic Four film. I think people were pissed, and I mean people were pissed that Pedro Pascal was cast as Mr. Fantastic. I'm like, that's a great casting choice. The reason why he sucked as Maxwell Lord in Wonder Woman 1984 was because of the material he was given. You know what? Let me freaking get rid of the background. My freaking virtual background so I can talk to you guys better. There we go. I do too. He's a great actor, Pedro Pascal. He's a great actor. The reason why he sucked as Maxwell Ward in Wonder Woman 1984 was because of the material he was given. The material he was given was shit. It was absolutely atrocious material. I don't know what the hell Patty Jenkins was thinking when she made that movie. She did a great job with the first Wonder Woman movie, but the second one, she's like, what the hell were you thinking? But, Pedro Pascal is a very good actor. I love the casting. I love the casting of Vanessa Kirby as Sue. I forgot who the other two. I forgot who's cast to play Johnny and Ben, but nothing against The Rock, but I didn't love the first Wonder Woman movie. Wow, I'm surprised. I love the first Wonder Woman. I thought it was a fantastic film. I thought it was an excellent film. I really enjoyed it. I thought Gal Gadot was an excellent Wonder Woman in that movie. I love Chris Pine as Steve Trevor. I thought he was fantastic. I thought it was a great movie. But you're entitled to your opinion. What I was gonna say. Oh, thank you. I do like meatballs, but I don't want today. All right. Do you want sausage? I'll have some sausage. Okay. No, one big one. Sorry about that, folks. I'm trying to think of something. I lost my train of thought now. Shit. Oh, okay. Thank you, Rick Kent. I'm actually so freaking glad. Nothing against The Rock, but I'm so freaking glad they didn't cast him as Ben Grimm. Because all we need, because considering The Rock, Dwayne Johnson more specifically, is I'm surprised he's the highest paid Hollywood star on the planet, and he's supposedly the biggest Hollywood star on the planet. Granted, it's because you're the most paid or the biggest doesn't mean you're the best. That I definitely do agree with. But I'm glad he didn't get cast to play Ben Grimm because he would have overshadowed. The interesting about Vanessa Kirby and Joseph Quinn are both British, and they were playing Sue and Johnny as British. Yeah, I heard about that. You know what? I'm definitely looking forward to it. But the one thing I'm definitely looking forward to, if you guys don't know, I grew up. Even though I've yet to watch it and review it for you guys, but I grew up loving Michael Chiklis' performance as Ben Grimm in the Tim Story Fantastic. It's all wrong for Ben Grimm. I agree. He would not have been a good casting choice, in my opinion. I was so happy they didn't cast him. Not that I'm against The Rock or against Dwayne Johnson, but I'm like, nah. Black Adam, I could somewhat understand, but Ben Grimm, fuck no, not him. But as I was saying, I grew up a fan of Michael Chiklis' performance as Ben Grimm / The Thing in the 2005 and 2007 Fantastic Four films that were directed by Tim Story. And I'm like, if you guys haven't watched one of my earlier videos, I discussed my 10 of my favorite performances in comic book / superhero movies. And I talked about how much I love Michael Chiklis as Ben Grimm. I thought Michael Chiklis did Ben Grimm extremely well. So for this guy, Ebon Moss Banner, whatever the hell his name is, Bacharach. Let me look up his fucking name. Hold on. I don't like butchering people's names. I don't like butch. I'm not the type of guy that would likes to butcher people's names. Ebon Moss Bacharach. That's his friggin' name. Holy shit. He's an Emmy Award-winning actor. Really? You said he's from Strain. Oh, well, let's see what movie is he from that I may remember. What movie is he from that I may remember? I know he's playing Ben Grimm. Oh, shit! I remember him. He played Microchip in the season 1 of the Punisher Netflix series. I know he was in The Bear, but I remember him now. He was Um, shit, he was microchip in season one of the Punisher Netflix series. Granted, I will confess, I'm not a big Punisher fan. I don't dislike the character either. No, I did not see NOSA 488 Rick Kent did not see that. But I did see both seasons of the Punisher Netflix show, which is now on Disney Plus. If you haven't seen season one nor season two of the Punisher, which stars John Bernthal as the character, I highly recommend you see that shit. Because that dude played Microchip in that freaking movie, and he was great in season one. He was unbelievable in season one. Oh, Nosferatu. No, I'm not really into horror, Rick Kent. I know Willem Dafoe's in it, and I think Nicholas Holt's in it too. I love Willem Dafoe. I love Netflix's The Punisher. I did too. It's actually one of my top three, top five of the Marvel Netflix / Disney Plus shows. I freaking loved it, man. I freaking loved it. It was great. But as I was saying, no, I didn't see a Nosferatu, but I heard it was a very good movie, which is good, for the movie making business. But man, um, I'm so glad they got the guy from who played Microchip in season one of the Punisher play Ben Grimm. Now the thing is, I know when Michael Chiklis played the thing, they put him in a costume which made Michael Chiklis a bit claustrophobic, very claustrophobic. Excuse me. I think they're gonna make Ben Grimm all CGI in this movie. Well, hopefully it's good CGI, but we'll see, man. We'll see. I fucking love the Fantastic Four, man. They are. If you guys want me to do it, let me know in the chat, especially in the comments for those of you who may catch up with this later. If you want me to do my top 10 favorite hero teams in comics, because I really want to do that. I really wanted to express my top 10 favorite, superhero teams in comic book because that means so much to me, guys. It would mean so much to me to express my fan. Noster. Oh, it's pronounced Nosferatu, but it's not Nosferatu. It's a miniseries based on a book by Stephen King's son. It's a story about a guy who drains the life force from children to stay young. Wow, that's crazy. That sounds cool, Charles. Do the list. Well, let me know. That's one person down. Hold on, me go on YouTube. Got another subscriber. That's awesome. My favorite, really? Your favorite live action Marvel film is the first Blade? That's awesome, Rick. That's fucking awesome. That's fucking awesome, man. Engage with my audience. Start a poll. Blade is my second favorite comic book film behind Superman 2. Really? That's awesome, Rick. I'm really proud of you. I mean, well, not proud of you, happy for you. Superman 2, yeah, I love Superman 2 too. Bobby Daylight, oh my god. Bobby Daylight. Is this a troll to make fun of Bobby Midnight? Uh, so far, 4 votes are in. Oh, troll. Um, don't worry, guys. I took care of Bobby Daylight. It's okay, Rick. Everything's fine. I know my mod should have done that, but that's awesome. Blade is your second favorite comic book film of all time behind Superman 2. That's awesome, man. Those are excellent movies. I think Guillermo del Toro directed the second Blade movie, which I think he's a very good director. I think he's a very good director. So, but you know, probably one of the regulars just having fun with it. Yeah, probably too, but I'm not tolerating that shit. I am not a fan. I'm not a fan of Toro's English language work. His Spanish language films are all excellent. Good to know, Rick. Good to know. Um, but let's see. Did Guillermo del Toro direct Blade 2? Let me go check. Let me go check. I am cautiously. Who directed it though? Yeah, Guillermo del Toro. I love that movie. Um, I am cautiously optimistic about his upcoming of his pending Frankenstein. Really, he's doing Frankenstein? I may check that out, but who the hell knows? But what's a goddamn awful film that makes no sense? I completely. Oh, the last coming about. I love Blade 2. It's one of my favorite. Oh, you hated Blade 2. I love Blade 2. I thought it was a great movie. I love that movie. But the first Blade movie, I think, is the best of the Blade movies. I mean, I love Blade 2, but hey, Charles and the Batman 2 being pushed. I think James Gunn wants it to be part of his DC cinematic universe. But we'll see what the hell happens. Hopefully they don't woke it up, but we'll see what the hell happens. Psst, see if Rick Cam might like to call in. You know what? I'll put in the link. Oh, he can't call in right now. Pin message. Wow, 7 votes and they're all saying yeah, do it. But I really enjoy Blade 2. I mean, yeah, this. I mean, I love the fact the idea of a super vamp. And no problem, Rick Kent. No problem, buddy. Anytime. I have my laptop set up as a desktop with a monitor, keyboard, and mouse. No problem, man. No pressure. Um, but what I liked about, I mean, you got a Ron Perlman who's like, "Can you blush?" And then Rusty slices him in half. I love that shit. But I also what I really liked that movie the most was the whole super vampire thing where they were immune to mostly everything except for sunlight. That's what I liked about it. But everyone's entitled to their opinion. Everyone's like, I think I think you even told me you didn't like his Hellboy movies. I love his first two Hellboy. Did he only make two Hellboy movies? I think he only made two Hellboy movies. Yeah, I really love this Hellboy movies. I really did. I loved Ron Perlman as Hellboy. I thought he did an incredible job as that character. So let me look at this for a moment. But yeah, I love the character in Ron Perlman, but just hated the movies. Hey man, you're entitled to your opinion. As my father always told me when I was a teenager, opinions are like assholes. Everyone has one. I know some of them stink, but I liked the second Hellboy. I thought it was a fun film. But anyway, I know some of them stink, but let me tell you, if every opinion stunk, opinions would be worthless, and that would not be cool. But Hellboy is a very cool character. I know the last Hellboy movie with David Harbour was atrocious. Oh my god, I heard it was awful. Um, he's Yeah, that's what I said. David Harbour, who in my opinion is a very good actor. He plays Red Guardian in the MCU, and he's voicing Eric Frankenstein on Creature Commandos, which is FYI an amazing series. Oh my god, it is so fucking good. Mwah. Thank you, James Gunn, for screw the Snyder cultists. Seriously. Yeah, I heard he's on Stranger Things too. Didn't he do a movie about a race car thing too? David Harbour? I think he was in that too. Already was tremendous in that. He was in the first Equalizer with Denzel Washington. He played a corrupt cop. He was great in that too. He's a very good actor. Oh, dude, Rick, you gotta watch it, dude. You gotta freaking. There's a character in the movie, probably one of the best characters that I've seen in a very long time. It's called G.I. Robot. His obsession, killing fucking Nazis. I'm not shitting you. You got a freaking robot that his obsession, his whole purpose is to kill Nazis. Ain't that awesome? Um, um, but I also love him as his iteration of Santa Claus in Violent Night. If you haven't seen Violent Night, it's one of the best Christmas themed movies of all time. Granted, it's not your prototypical Christmas movie, but it's awesome. It's I wouldn't call it like a horror movie. It's not like Santa's Sleigh with Bill Goldberg where he's just fucking killing people. No, he's fighting bad guys. You know, he comes to a house and discovers that a family's being held hostage by a terrorist group. So Santa Claus comes in and saves the day. That's freaking awesome. But that is, dude. And James, I think James Gunn's a damn good filmmaker. You know, I can't wait for his Superman movie, which I just looked at the date when the July 11th is. It's on a Friday. Can't wait for that. I circled it in my mental calendar going to see that movie. I can't wait, man. I can't. I liked Bad Santa, but a lot of people like that movie. I don't know. It's just something about that movie that kind of turns me off. Oh, the Superman. It got me very excited too. I don't know when the official trailer's coming out, but well, the official trailer that comes out, but I'll tell you right now, um, I really am. You know what? The one character I think is going to be a huge X factor in the movie. That's Metamorpho. That's Metamorpho. Metamorpho is a really good character. If you guys are not too familiar with that character, he's the Elemental Man. He can change his body into a whole of a wide variety of elements. Originally, yes, he's Rex Mason. That is correct, Rick Kenny. He's Rick Mason. Rex Mason, excuse me. Um, my first exposure to him was through the Just League animated series, which is I read Metamorpho when I was a kid. Man, Rick, you made me so much freaking jealous right now. You read all the good. You read a lot of the good shit growing up. Me, man, I'm very. I'm sorry. I'm very. I mean, I am in some degree cautiously optimistic too, Boomtown, but I'm more so really optimistic than cautiously optimistic. But I understand how you feel, buddy. But I love Superman, so I can't wait for that. Oh, Crypto looks amazing. Crypto looks adorable. You kidding me? He looks adorable. I love the fact he's running a supersonic speed. I'm looking. Oh my god. You know Nathan Fillion. I like him. You know what? I have nothing against the guy that was casted to play Al Jordan in the upcoming Green Lantern series, but honestly, I would have preferred Nathan Fillion as Al Jordan and Guy Gardner. But I could see why they kept why Crypto was Shaggy in the comics. He wasn't Shaggy. He was more like a white lab. Yeah, that's what I was saying. But you know what? I like dogs. I love Nathan Fillion. He's a very good actor. James Gunn made one of the best teams, and yeah, on this one. But I look, Boomtown, you're entitled to your opinion. You know, I didn't dislike Brendan Routh as Superman. I hated his freaking costume. His costume was awful. His costume was awful. I did not like Brendan Routh's Superman. His Superman costume on the CW was great, but his costume in Superman Returns was terrible. He also did Castle, which my parents love, and I think he's still on The Rookie, which I think is on. Um, Mom, what network is The Rookie on? Is it on Five or CBS? What network airs The Rookie? Is it Fox, ABC, or CBS? ABC. Okay. Yeah, The Rookie's on ABC. Thank you. Brendan Routh performed. Yeah, he was fine. I wasn't crazy about the movie either. Mom, Meatloaf. I have no idea. Mom, Meatloaf. Yeah, it was. I will agree, it was a weird movie. I did like Kevin Spacey as Lex, but he was a little over the top. But you know what looks good as Lex? Nicholas Holt. Yes, he does look somewhat like Agent 47, but he does look great as Lex Luthor. But I think we can all agree the worst Lex Luthor we've ever seen, possibly ever, was Jesse Eisenberg. God, did he suck as Lex Luthor? That was an awful casting choice by Zack Snyder and Warner Bros. That was a terrible casting choice. Oh, I think he'll be great too. Did you like him as Henry McCoy slash Beast in the Fox X-Men films? I think he'll be great Lex Luthor too. I heard the Hitman games are fun. Yeah, the movies weren't very good. I've seen them both. Oh, you did like him as Beast. That's awesome. I loved him as Beast in the Fox X-Men films. He was fantastic. Um, but can't freaking wait for that for even as a little kid in About a Boy. Really, there was a movie called About a Boy. Never saw that movie. What's it about, Ricky? I mean, damn it, I can't call Rick. I'm sorry, Rick. I didn't mean to call you Ricky. I know you don't mind me calling you that, but your name is Rick Kim. When I think of Ricky, I think of Ricky New York. Who's awesome, by the way. Yeah, it's a great movie. Interesting to know, Rick. Interesting to know. Oh, I heard about that. Yeah. Channing Tatum's Gambit is going to be a part of future MCU project. I heard about that. Yeah. Should be interesting. I mean, granted, his Cajun accent was awful, but his costume was incredible. It's sort of a romantic comedy for men. Hugh Grant. I know we talk about. Plays the guy who starts a relationship with a single mom with a weird kid, Holt, and forms an unlikely bond with him. Let me look it up. Hold on one sec. Oh, it's a. That's awesome, man. Yes, they did make fun of it. Yeah, it was made in when it was made. It was made in 2002. I may check that out. When what I may check that out. Wow. It's a very good movie. I'll check that out one if it comes on TV. I'll check that out. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Yeah, his accent was pretty damn hilarious. I like the cameos, and we're all from. I love Wesley Snipes in that movie. Jennifer Garner, she still looks good, man. She still looks good. I know it sucked her. I mean, I know a lot. I didn't watch Elektra, but heard that movie was freaking atrocious. I heard it was worse than the Daredevil film, which I actually liked. As a matter of fact, I even liked the director's cut of the Daredevil film. Um, I obviously Wesley Snipes, that was incredible. Seeing him back as his version of Blade, that was off the chain. But oh, Chris Evans was great as Johnny. He was one of the best parts of the Tim Story fantasy. People forget, as much as I loved him as Captain America, Steve Rogers in the MCU, he was also pretty damn good as Johnny Storm. I think a lot of people forget about that. That you know, it's funny when this dude, when he got cast to play Captain America, Steve Rogers in the MCU, people were like, "What the hell? He already got a, he already played a Superman." I mean, in Deadpool, but yeah, he was also great as Johnny Storm in the Tim Story Fantastic Four movies as well. Not just in Deadpool and Wolverine, but he was also good in those movies too. He was great in those movies. He was one of the best parts. I thought Iron Gruffin, which I heard his Reed Ridge is going to make an appearance in either Avengers 5 or 6, which is awesome. And I thought Jessica Alba was pretty decent as Invisible Woman. The problem with the Fantastic Four movies was not the cast, it was the writing and the source material. That's the problem. It was a lot of the writing and source material. Um, I forgot the individual that played Cassandra Nova, but she was pretty good in the movie too. I didn't see that. You probably don't. Better off not seeing it, Rick. It is an abomination. It's got Michael B. Jordan in it, and it is fucking awful. It is fucking awful. I saw it online, and I'm like, yo, if I saw this in theaters, I would scream for my money back because that was fucking terrible. It did look bad. It was freaking terrible. Oh my god, it was atrocious. It was an abomination. Did you ever watch a show in the? Did you ever watch the show on the Fantastic Four movie that was never released? It was really good. Oh, you mean the Roger Corman version? No, I didn't. The Roger Corman version of the Fantastic Four film that never released. No, I didn't see that. It's unwatchable. Yeah, it looked pretty shitty. It really did. Yeah, the Corman version. Yeah, it's so freaking bad. Oh my god. Ugh, it was so freaking bad. But trying to think of movies. Fox bought it when they were making theirs and they killed it. Yeah, that's true. Now, when did the teaser come out? Let me. When did the teaser officially come out? Because I know there's like some fake ass trailers. It was called Doomed. Oh, I love Jubilee. Um, no problem, guys. Look, I'm gonna get ready for my next show. Plus, I'm probably might go on to Jake. So, hope you guys have a good day. No problem, Rick. I'm glad you like my content. I'm glad you guys enjoy my content. It's always a pleasure entertaining you guys. Anyways, I'm gonna get going. I'm gonna get ready for my next show. Plus, I may go on the Jakes as well. So, peace out.